Live today on time, assuming we don't have to do a restart, and we will see what we shall see. And we're going to have a really special show today. A big show, really big show. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for a lot of excitement. A lot of excitement coming your way here live on the channel. And by the way, I'm wearing one of my few non-made in USA shirts. This was purchased at Nordstrom some years ago, and they were already making them in Malaysia. This is made in Malaysia, and look at the moire we're getting from it, because it has a very fine pattern to the fabric. Very fine. See that? And the cameras do not like that. It's going to get you some moire, but it is what it is. So I won't buy any more shirts that are not made in the USA. I can tell you that right now. This one's decent quality. I'll give it that. But I just don't like the whole concept of buying items that are not made in these United States when you have good options. Sometimes you don't have an option. You want to buy an iPhone, you got no real option, right? So Triforce Rich is in the house, Eduardo's in the house, Lance is in the house, and they're all over the place. R. Wags is in the house. It's good to see him early. He was in at 5 o'clock, and he says, I hope everyone is feeling good on my favorite night of the week, Friday night. I think it's Friday. Yeah, it's Friday. I don't know what day it is because I don't have the day of the week on my watch, and ever since I sold my day date, I don't know the day of the week. But R. Wags, he's wearing a day date, so he knows what day of the week it is. Carlos might be wearing a day date. He's in the house. Lance is hanging out all over the place. And let's see. Triforce Rich says, okay, Craig, that shirt is way too big, even if you can. No, it is not. This is a 1634 is the size, and it fits great. Fits great. You got to realize all this super trim stuff, this hipster stuff, that ain't the way to dress. That ain't the way to dress. It doesn't look good. It's not comfortable. There's no real reason for it. Craig, you're coughing. Got the virus? Yeah, I think I've got it. I think I've had it for a while. So maybe this could be my last show if the virus gets me. By the way, the latest data out shows that the fatality rate on the virus is much, much lower than anybody thought. Imagine that. Imagine it turns out that all the experts were wrong and that a lot of people had this thing and got over it. And so they're getting more and more data to support that it's really not that big a deal for people, especially people that are younger and good health. It's not that big a deal. Facebook friend of mine shared on their Facebook, oh, well, those of you that think that it only affects old people, 2 19-year-olds died. 2. Dose. 2. That's worldwide? Is that it? 2? 2? I guess that person never looked at actuarial tables. Was not very good in mathematics to figure that whole thing out. Let's see here. Let's see. Craig, I don't care where the shirt was made. It's a good-looking shirt. I like it. It's not big, just right. R. Wags in the house. R. Wags bringing support. I have some that are 15 and a half, and they're a little bit wee, but I can do it. I can wear 15 and a half. I just like a little bit of extra room. I'd rather have a little bit of extra room than have not enough room. And so I could see, I can button this shirt. I can button the collar. See, and that would be about right, right? It's not tight, but it would be about right if I were wearing a tie. I'm not, so I'll unbutton the puppy again. Now that we're in a totally disrupted economy, I figured, what the hell? I'll just do like everybody else and not wear a tie. What do you guys think about that? Let's see. And Leon says, I stopped with the Buy American after sitting at the Chevy dealership many times with that Made in America, Michigan Chevy Colorado. I bought a Honda and never looked back. Well, now I grant you that. As far as cars go, no, you're better off buying a Toyota Prius or any Toyota, really. Some of the Toyotas are made in the USA, though. So there you go. You get the best of both worlds. You get Toyota quality, and it's made in the USA. So you can do that. Hondas, a lot of them are made in the USA, too. So you can buy a quality piece that's made in these United States. Let's see. Eduardo's hanging out. He's all over the place. And Triforce Rich, my Toyota is made in the USA like most models here in the US. There you go. Triforce Rich is bringing it home. And Carlos says, yesterday here, 17 persons died, and we are having more cases than any time before. So 17 people died in the entire country? I would say that that's kind of a small number. So there you go. Yeah, just put things in perspective. About 8,000 people die every day in these United States. 8,000. And yesterday, I think 700 died from the virus. So it's a small percentage of the normal death toll that we have here in these United States. You won't hear that on the news. You won't hear that on the news. Cheetown's in the house. Hi, Craig and folks. Just got an Invicta Pro diver. Andreas says the shirt is good. Stock market is tanking. This one might be the real fall. Going to wait it out and push some money in. Triforce Rich in the house. I've got money on the sidelines. I'm ready for a big dip. By the way, I'm buying Bitcoin on the dip. I picked some up at 9,000 the other day, and it's dipping. It might dip some more. It might bottom out around 7,000. It's very hard to pick a bottom on any of these things. And Bitcoin, it's really hard to pick a bottom. So I'm just buying in here and there on some of the dips. I'm buying. I'm increasing my holdings, my Bitcoin holdings. I don't mind admitting that. Let's see, Cheetown's in the house. I'm still wearing a mask because I live close to someone who is more vulnerable to the CCP virus. Okay. But see, the problem is the mask doesn't help you. If you go out and about, you're just as likely to get it. The theory is that it helps other people from getting it if you've already got it. If you've already got it, it keeps you from getting your spittle out there and getting it on other people. That's the theory of the masks, but I think that's totally bogus. I don't think the masks help a damn thing, and basically the stats show that. Okay, hold on a second here. We got a call coming in. We got a very important call coming in. Hold the presses. Hold the presses. We got an important call. We got an important call coming in.
So we're here. Hi, guys.
This is extremely urgent. Extremely urgent.
Hold on.
Hello. This takes precedence over everything. We drop everything and take this call. Do tell the story. I want to hear the whole story, unabridged. I want to hear. Can you guys sit down and relax?
Well, we have the problem with to the best lighting.
Oh, okay, the best lighting. Okay.
My condo, Craig, the lighting isn't the best in here.
Okay, well, we're looking. You're looking good. You're looking
on this countertop here.
Okay.
Is probably the best.
All right.
Yeah. Anyway, the watch. Eduardo found the watch originally for Kyle and I, and yeah, and I've been going back and forth. This guy, his name's Ben.
Mm-hmm.
I've been going back and forth for what? It's been like 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yep.
So. Finally, just decided, I said maybe 16,000 is too much for the watch. Offered him 14, wouldn't accept that. Offered him 14.5. He says no. Come in at 15.5. He says I'm going to pass. And then I just said, you know what, just 16, sold. Well, there it is.
Well, yeah, and you won't even remember that difference. You won't even 5 years from now, you won't even remember that difference in price.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that much money to the point where it's, for this watch, brand new, it was a great deal, I think.
Okay, so now tell us about the watch. Tell us about the watch. This is a 6-digit Datejust, right?
Yeah, it's it's basically a Datejust in all gold with you'll see here.
Okay, now
bezel.
Okay, so now tell me. Okay, give us a close up of that thing. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh my gosh.
Is that coming in good?
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, we can tell it's a cell phone video, but my gosh, that color, it's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. Wow.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I couldn't be happier. And it came in one day. I sent the wire out yesterday at about 11 a.m. and it came at this morning at 10:30.
Oh, I got to say, wow. Now that
less than 24 hours.
Okay, now let's talk about this. The case, is that case fully polished like a 6-digit day date? It looks like it might be.
It is. Yeah, but we still have plastics on it.
Okay.
So
all right.
We haven't taken those off, but we went to
okay,
our local
okay, wait, back up a second on the plastic. Back up a second.
Yeah.
Is this thing literally new old stock with all the original plastic on it?
Yeah. Everything original.
Take it out here, Brett. Yeah, sure.
And what now what year is it?
2015.
Okay, so somebody got it in 2015, 5 years ago, in new old stock. They were able to get it from the AD with the plastic on it, because usually the ADs take that stuff off.
These were given as corporate gifts.
Okay, so
yeah, and so actually, the back of it was engraved with the individual's initials.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys can see that.
Are they? Well, you got to center it on the camera.
Well, that's hard for me. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm trying my best with my cell phone.
Okay. Yeah. So, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. That thing is gorgeous. And look, it's got the modern type clasp.
That's what I said too. Modern type, and it's the hidden clasp.
Now, answer me a question. Are those center links solid?
Yeah,
all solid.
Are you sure?
That's what the guy at the store.
That's what
the guy. We just got back from the AD right now.
Yeah, Gary's.
And they sized it for Brett, and that was what they said.
And it feels like it's pretty solid.
Feels like they are, yeah.
Man, that is so freaking cool. That is so rare. I never see those.
It's really.
I just had to buy it after looking through all this stuff. Yeah, take that off. See, there's a plastic over the bezel. Look at the plastic off.
Now, okay, so. Wow. I just have to say, wow, look at that thing catching the light. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Wait, let's see here.
Wow. So Brett, tell me something here. Are you actually going to wear and use this thing?
Oh, I'm going to use it every day. I mean, I'll wear
so
it.
You're not going to baby this thing?
No, of course not. There's
wow.
No reason for that.
Oh, this is
things to use them.
This is freaking. This is incredible.
This one's on wrist. I've been beating that up for a while.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
Do the same.
Wow.
You know, I don't care. It's
okay, now let me get.
16,000.
Okay, all right. Since we know you're enthused. We know you're. We know you're enthused. We know Kyle's enthused. Leslie, what do you think about this piece?
Oh, it's so nice.
I mean,
it's.
Will you?
Does not do it justice.
Brett, would you allow her to try it on? Would you allow?
Yeah, put it on wrist.
I have a very small wrist.
Let's see. I want to see what it would look like, though. I think it's so stunning. Oh my goodness. This is incredible. Look at that thing.
I mean, it's definitely big, but
but look at it though. Oh my goodness.
Nice.
And let me tell you something. As good as this looks right now on this camera, I mean, in person it must look just amazing.
It's just flawless.
Tell us Leslie, what's your real impression of the watch? Be honest with us. Tell us your impression of it.
Really nice. It's beautiful.
And have you seen
it was better than any watch.
Have you seen anything nicer? Have you seen anything nicer?
No,
this was better than everything they had at the AD. They had a white gold day, 36 millimeter, everything, but I just didn't like that. I was like,
so you had it shipped directly to the AD, right?
No, I had it shipped to my house.
Okay, but you took it to the AD.
I took it to the AD. I picked them up this morning, and we went and had it sized.
So okay.
They took out just a few links.
And what did the AD say?
1 second, guys. Sorry, I know I'm just terrible at filming here, but I'm going to try to switch the
AD said, I mean, they were impressed by it. They're like, yeah, we don't have anything like that. They only had it in, what was it? They had it in a smaller millimeter, right? Wasn't it? They had like the
ladies. Like a lady.
Datejust in all gold.
They didn't have any Datejust.
No, I mean, they still make it.
Though,
well, maybe smaller size. I think they make it. Maybe he said they made it.
Oh, well, yeah, they make women's.
Yeah, that's the way it is. Yeah.
Now so did he confirm that they no longer make this particular watch?
That's what they said. Yeah, they're only making this watch in women's sizes.
You gotcha.
31 and below.
Which they've always done that. Yeah.
Which they've always done. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, this is so freaking cool. That is such a
it's
nice
crazy.
piece.
It's just crazy that I decided yesterday. I was like, I have to have it. I can't let someone else buy that.
So this was Eduardo's find, though.
Yeah,
you know,
Eduardo's.
That's
You
a
know, Eduardo,
lifetime.
He's got to make a Bitcoin wallet. I'm going to send him $50 in Bitcoin. for a tip.
That's a Eduardo. I hope you heard that. That's
Yeah,
he's
free
in the
Bitcoin for
he's in
Eduardo.
he's
No,
in
not
the
free.
chat.
Still
He,
did the work.
he's in the chat. That look at that thing on wrist. Look at that thing on wrist. Look at the way it catches the light. Holy mackerel! Well, just when
Yeah,
you
so
were
he's gonna just give you a quick tour of the unit here if you
Yeah.
want to come, Craig.
Yeah, anyone from the channel that really wants a place, I'm willing to give you guys a few days for free here and there in my place.
well, there
But
you
here's
go.
A hammock here, a bed here, TV on the wall,
There you go.
granite countertops.
There you
got a
go.
Nice area outside here. I had someone staying here and he was kind of a slob, but
Now
It's
how
looking
far
good.
now how far away are you from where Kyle is?
this is like
15, 20 minutes.
Okay, so
20
close
minutes
close
traffic.
by.
Yeah,
Close
so it's
by.
close, and it's like a 10-minute walk to the beach from here, so it's not bad.
And somebody Joey says on Joma Shop it's 23,800 that watch.
Oh, it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
I
what-
felt like I
looked
got a
at
good
it, yeah.
deal on the thing. 16,000.
That's
We
what
looked.
That's what Joey says.
Yep.
What's the millimeter on the dial? What
Well, it's a 36 millimeter.
you'd have
but-
to measure it to know what the dial actually
right,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
If I
Well,
get
here's the
that.
thing. Here's a little trivia thing. Is and man, somebody got hit with the wrench in the chat here. Here's a little trivia thing. The dial size is about the same size as a Submariner or a GMT Master because it doesn't have the bezel. So even though those are 40 millimeter watches, the dial is about the same size as your Datejust there. And that
we
thing,
can do a comparison. One of our friends has a Submariner 2000.
yeah, that
model.
thing
Yeah, he
is
was supposed to be here
absolutely
today.
He's
stunning.
supposed to be here today, but he didn't show up.
That watch is just absolutely stunning. Now,
Yeah,
have you
I'm happy.
have you
I'm just-
sized it so it's a little bit loose? I mean, do you wear
Yeah,
it
a
that
little
way?
bit, because I mean, Craig, it's cold today a little bit, so my wrist is probably a little smaller today than it usually is. So,
Okay, so you allowed for that,
yeah.
and it
Yeah.
just
Brett's
uses,
on a fast
and
right
it's
now.
just
I'm on day 11 of just watermelon juice. so-
okay. Now it's just screws to resize that, so you could resize. You could add a link back in or take a
Yeah,
link
so
out.
If I figured out, I just get a little tool in there. I have a watch tool at home, and I can just boom do that.
But
real quick.
they do know us at our Rolex dealer.
Oh, I can
We
imagine.
have a relationship with Sean there, so
I can imagine. So you
might
might as well.
just go there.
Might as
be
well
something
have him do
nonetheless.
it, yeah. If it ends up perpetually loose, I definitely would take a link out because they say that it's actually harder on those watches to wear them loose than to wear them a little bit snug.
Oh, that makes
Because you
sense.
get
Then,
more
like,
wiggling around all the time, more.
Then it won't have as much stretch on the bracelet, probably.
I wear
Yeah.
mine a little tighter.
Yeah, I've always liked my watch tight. The other one, this one doesn't fit as tight as the gold one now, but this just feels way better. It's gonna be tough to wear anything else other than the gold one now.
You might end up parting with those other pieces and just wear that.
Yeah, I mean that could be the case. I mean I got in at the right price, and I only wanted.
Now, do you ever?
He has a steel in gold and he won't sell it though.
You-
My dad gave it to me. He bought it when he was like 38 or whatever, and he said,
Okay, well that's good though. I mean, it's good.
sentimental value.
Yeah,
right?
well,
So-
it's good that you have a piece that you can roll into when you're going somewhere that might be a little bit dicier location where, the all gold.
especially like where I'm going. I'm going to go to Costa Rica and Mexico. And Mexico, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Most people are pretty cool, but you get,
Yeah. I would definitely make sure it's insured. I would make sure it's insured before I take it to Mexico.
Yeah, I'll definitely do something like that, insure it. But
And
yeah.
make
Looks good with the
sure
ring, too.
and
Gold ring
also
there.
make sure that they cover it if you're overseas too, because some insurance policies are restricted. So just make sure, right?
Oh, 100%, Craig.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'd have an email in writing to that effect. Okay.
Well, then I'm going to do that. I'm definitely going to get insurance on this because I mean it's just an expensive piece. Yeah.
So let me catch up here on the comments, see if there's any relevant comments in here. Okay, catching up here.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
So we're hopeful that somebody will come visit. At
Yeah,
least.
someone comes to visit. At least you got a place to stay.
There you go. Absolutely. Okay, I'm looking here, and Zombie View Service says keep a strong hand. That's holding Rolex. Holding Grand Seiko. Bitcoin. I do have a strong hand. Sent a link to an ultra rare GS. Lance sent another link. He's always on the ball there. Let's see what else I've got here.
Yes, he is.
The reason USA has most virus transmitted to the population and the most deaths is people don't use social distance and nonsense. They don't have the most deaths. If you compare us to Europe, if you take the similar population, Europe, we're actually doing better than them. So it's a total scam, people saying that we lead in deaths. It's absolutely ridiculous.
They can put whatever number they want on a screen.
People feed into all that stuff, too.
Yeah. I think that's more or less what it is. People just are scared,
yeah.
And they put a number out there, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's what it is."
And here's somebody in the chat says, "Buy cryptocurrency. Fiat is soon dead. Buy Bitcoin before the price skyrockets in late 2021." There you go. That might be good advice. That Datejust is
always good advice.
That Datejust is a rare beauty, says Cheetown. And Carlos, on the stainless steel Jubilee, the center links are solid, so they probably are solid on that one too. Giving myself a pat on the back, says Eduardo. You're going to get more than a pat on the back if you're going to get more. He's going to get more than a pat on the back. He's going to get some Bitcoin.
Start off the wallet. Yeah, he's got to have a wallet at this point.
Absolutely.
This is a rare Rolex here. This is something that you're not going to find anywhere. Yeah.
No, it's super cool.
It was an easy decision at the end of the day. It's like, the thing's going to hold its value anyway. I don't know what they weigh in gold, but it's got to be at least probably 6 ounces.
No, I think it's
5?
maybe 3. Maybe 3.
Okay.
The value's in the value's in the work. The value's in the work, not the gold. The value's in the work.
It's a piece of art.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a lifetime watch there. That is no joke.
Oh, yeah, I'm never going to get rid of that.
Yeah.
I'm never getting rid of that. Forever.
And David Williams says, "Congrats, Bret, on a great find and a buy." And let's see what else we got here. That's one stunning.
See you in Vegas when we visit, David.
Yeah, for sure.
And Lance says that's one stunning Rolex. Let's see. Craig, any thoughts on the end of Olympus Imaging? No, I didn't. I just heard it from you that Olympus Imaging are they shutting down completely? Tim, that's do tell. Segway is shutting down at least their U.S. operations. Carlos mentioned that yesterday. I did some searching. I didn't see them say that they're going to stop making their other scooters that are made in China, though. I didn't see that. I think it might just be the high-end Segway unit that's made in the USA. Let's see. Here's another comment. Nice watch. Sell it and buy Bitcoins. He's already got Bitcoin. He's like me. He has both.
You can't. The thing about it, it's like, Bitcoin, you can save and save and save. You got to enjoy time to time.
Yeah. Well, you remember. You remember.
You buy it, you save it, and then you hopefully make a gain on it, and then you take the gain and enjoy it.
You remember here on the channel when I bought the my gold stunner, the $25,000 list price. I'm not saying how much I paid for it, but that's the list price. When I bought my gold stunner, I also simultaneously bought $25,000 worth of Bitcoin.
That's smart.
And so,
when you did that.
So I just bought both. What the heck? That's the way
why
you.
not? Just double down.
That's the way you do that. Yeah.
You're a smart guy, Craig, for doing that.
Well, time will tell. Time will tell the tale.
My dad's 79. He's been in the stock market since he was about 30, trading the syndicate calendar, IPOs, secondaries, everything. He will never get into Bitcoin ever. And I've been like telling him since it was $200.
My dad bought it, and he's 90. He'll be 93 in the fall. He bought Bitcoin.
Wow.
And get this, in the video where he interviews Adam Meister, this was a couple years. This was 2017. He interviewed Adam Meister early 2017, and they were talking about Bitcoin. And my dad said that he's in it for the long term. Here's somebody in his 90s, right?
Yeah,
saying he's in it for the long term. Talk about
He wants to keep his purchasing power.
Talk
He's
about an
smart.
optimist, you know? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you got to be optimistic in life. You
I
know,
mean,
you never know when we're going to go.
you know, that's pretty good. There are people that are 20 and 30 years old that don't have long-term thinking, and he's in his 90s and he still has long-term
He's
thinking.
like, my next goal is 100. After that, 120.
Yeah, I mean, what the
It's
heck?
like, why not? So
Let's
that's
see.
great.
Eduardo says, came through loud and clear, sounds good. I'll have to make a Bitcoin wallet. There you go.
Yeah, just get an Exodus wallet for the desktop, Eduardo. It's probably the easiest. Exodus.io. I mean, I'm just thinking you don't want to order a Trezor or anything like that. It's
Well,
kind of
but
expensive.
it might be more secure if he has an iPhone to put a wallet on the iPhone. He might be less apt to get hacked. If
Yeah,
he-
you could do that too. If he finds anything for the phone.
blockchain.info, you know, something like that.
Yeah, that one's good. Yeah, blockchain.info is fine. Do that one. We could show him how to
And
set it up.
then he
the
can
words.
he can export his secret words and write them down.
Yeah, that's perfect. And then I can send him the $50 and everyone will be happy.
And
Shoot it to him on Cash App.
let's
Yeah, I can
see.
do that. If he wants it on Cash App or whatever, he's $50, but I want to make sure he gets it in Bitcoin.
And Cheetown says Britt got a Hunger Buster meal deal. There you go. And
I think so.
And
I mean,
Triforce Rich says, Kyle and Brent, when my deep sea comes in, I can drive up to you guys and we can compare the watches. Absolutely.
oh yeah.
Yeah, come
Absolutely.
on, Rich. That's
Party
awesome.
time. Sounds like a party.
Yeah, because Rich went ahead and sold his day date before any of us had an opportunity at it. It's a quick sale there.
Yeah, that was fast.
Well,
He told me he wanted to sell it, and the next day he told everybody it was sold.
he made a lick.
What the heck is that?
And he made a lick. Yeah, but he made a lick too. So there's that.
No, I'm happy for him. It's just like we didn't even get to see it. Here.
That's crazy how fast they sell, though. Yeah, it's wild.
And here's
I've seen that James Cameron watch in person. It is not. I told him it's a nice looking
here's
watch.
here's a comment from Ernie. Are the solid gold Datejust still made? We don't think so, Ernie.
No, they said there, like as far as they knew, it was only the ladies' version of this watch. This one's no longer in production at all. So
and
it's just for me, like I said, Craig, I don't want anything used. So when it's brand new, it's like this is perfect. I mean, I
got
want
to jump on this.
I was going to spend. I was willing to spend up to $25,000 to get a presidential or day date, and and I just said this is a deal. I got to get it now. I like it.
Oh, and it's so it's eat up with class. I think it's cool.
Craig, what's your opinion on the initials on the back? You wouldn't do anything.
I wouldn't do a thing. No.
Yeah, because they said they'd shave it off.
No, that's original. That's the way it came, and it's got a little story to it. I mean, I think it's so cool. It's such a cool freaking watch. I'm leaving it on the screen. This thing is so freaking cool.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I like opened it this morning and I was just like, wow, this thing. I didn't even know what to say. I was like, this is just like a piece of art just coming, to my door.
And Ernie's asking, what year did they stop making the gold Datejust? Well, we know this is
2015.
That's a good question.
This is a 2015.
This was. I think it was only till that year, as far as I was concerned.
You know what
Maybe they made one after, but I think this. I talked to this guy, and he's been really tough to get a hold of to get on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I was serious and I sent him the money and bought the watch, he's now wanting to come on the channel. So
good.
We could get him to show. He's got a lot of Rolexes, a lot of vintage stuff. He's into,
good.
so
Let's get him on.
Yeah,
let's get him on. And also maybe if you guys or anybody else that's in the chat, if you can get into some of the forums, the Rolex forums, and try to find out a little more history on the gold Datejust. When they stopped making it. And when they went to the 6-digit one, what the differences were, probably solid center links, probably the polished case. It'd just be interesting to know a few more of the details on it. When did they go to the 6-digit Datejust? What year was that movement made?
See, that's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know any of that stuff, but I should look into that stuff. I'll start doing a little research this weekend.
That's a good question. I don't know.
And Carlos says, do not wear the watch to your poker games.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, you don't want to. You don't want to
I play online anyway, so it's most of the time not in person. So
yeah, you don't want to on a whim like put it all in and put the watch in the middle of the table.
Yeah, you put that on the table too. Yeah, no,
that might not be good.
It's gonna be
never any gamble with this watch ever. I mean, this thing is
No, Bret will be wearing it.
And Tim McDonald says, in a pandemic when toilet paper is sold out, perfect time to get a gold Rolex. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Hey, Craig,
he said sales have been good. Sean said in the AD,
Yeah, he
the
said
sales have
there's-
been good. We went to Santa Monica.
They have a lot of like rapper type dates and all that with diamonds all over them, and
Yeah,
just
they have
nasty,
iced out
like,
stuff.
$80,000 day dates, and I just like they all have
They
diamonds.
wouldn't let us film in there. We asked them if we could Skype into the
Yeah.
show from the store. They said no.
Yeah. And Durr says, I bought $25K worth of toilet paper. It's the best investment. And Durr says, Craig, you got to get your dad to Skype in. Yeah, maybe we'll
Yeah, you
try to do
should.
that sometime. And Leon
would be
says,
cool to meet your dad.
congrats, Britt. Leon says, congrats, Britt, to a watch to wear, the type of watch that makes a great one-watch collection. By the way, there are no Giants fans in that house. Okay.
That's
yeah.
true. Yeah, no. Yeah, Leon said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right.
and-
None.
They're not allowed over.
And Eduardo is going to email me later to get tips on doing the wallet. Yeah, I'll send him the link. I'll tell you what to do, Eduardo. Just send me an email. I'll send it. And let's see, Zeus Al. I went the opposite direction this week. Decided to buy my first Seiko, first non-Swiss watch, excluding a G-Shock square metal. Ended up going for an SKX009. I'm very impressed with the quality for the price. Okay, there you go. And Durr's in the house. Raise your hand if you're part of the Gold Watch Club. The club is expanding. I just got to get Durr to start wearing his more. He keeps wearing these junkers, and he's got a date
If
eight.
you have one of these, you got to be wearing it all the time.
He's got a date eight sitting at home. I said, life is too short. What the heck are you thinking?
You never know
See-
what's going to happen in life.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You youngsters, you don't realize until you get to be my age and you see how time flies. I mean, just is flying by at this point. You don't realize how quick all that goes. So, man,
you gotta enjoy
take it
while
from
you
me. Wear the damn thing and enjoy it. Absolutely. Don't
Agree
be
with
like
you on
the
that.
don't be like the little old lady that bought the furniture and had the plastic covers on it when she died.
Oh,
you know?
none of that stuff. Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild.
Triforce Rich says, Craig, your 002 versus that Datejust. Well, I think they're two stunners. I think
they're just completely different watches.
I think they're completely different, but they're also very similar in that I've said before I could wear this thing all the time. I could wear my 002. It's so comfortable on wrist, and it's so easy to read.
Yeah, that's a
and,
beautiful watch.
I could absolutely wear it all the time. And I don't believe the people that say that the straps wear out like instantly, right? I think it takes a while to wear the strap out, and you just replace it. I mean, I've already got 3 straps, so I've already got years worth of straps in inventory, right? So I could wear this thing all the time. If I didn't have the other watches, I could absolutely wear this all the time, and you could wear that watch all the time.
Yeah, it's really versatile. I mean, your watch. What are the straps? What did you pay for the straps on your watch?
Well, I mean, he gave me a special deal because they were prototypes. So
okay. All right.
they
Yeah,
would
no,
probably be like around $70 a piece. I'm guessing he's still working up pricing to buy them because these were like one-off prototypes. The 2 that he sent me.
That's got a really nice,
but they're going to be
look to it.
They're going to be affordable, right? I mean, they're not going to be terribly expensive. So I mean, let's say you have to replace it every 2 years. Even if it was $100, what the hell's that? That's nothing.
Who cares?
So it's
That's
not
part of the game,
it's really a non-issue, and it's so comfortable, and I like the look of the deployant clasp. I like the whole damn package. I like. So, and yours is the same way. You could wear that all the time. That's what is that? 11.7 mils thick.
Say like, I don't know, it's the same as this, right?
I think it may be, but I have the details actually.
I think it's in that ballpark. I think it's the same. It's probably the same thickness as a steel Datejust. It's probably the same as a steel. I think they're 11.7. So
you're probably it looks the same size as my steel one.
See, I think they are thinner than a Date 8 because they don't have the Date 8 wheel.
That makes sense.
I think that's why, and I'm now, I could be wrong. I know the Explorer, I think, is about that same thickness, 11.7. I think the Datejust is 11.7. Carlos, if you're still hanging around, put in the chat, how thick is your Datejust? You probably know the
Let me look
stats.
that up real quick.
So it's nice and trim on wrist, right? When it's on your wrist.
Try that on, Kyle. Put it on. Try it on.
I mean, it could definitely go underneath a shirt cuff easily, right?
Oh, easily, yeah. It might not fit your wrist.
And the bracelet is very trim. Oh man, that is nice.
I think it's like, yeah. Well, mine is.
Let me look up the thickness of this thing. It should say.
Honestly, it looks thinner than my watch.
Now, which model is yours again, Kyle, that you have there?
The 261
Okay.
Grand Seiko.
And well, yeah, that one is about
My wrist
12,
is
isn't
too
it?
big
Isn't
for
the
this,
Grand Seiko
unfortunately.
about 12 mils thick?
Yeah, this doesn't.
What's
fit
the
me.
thickness on your Grand Seiko?
It's 11 mil, it says.
Oh, so his is 11. Okay.
It's 11.
Wow.
Kyle's 10.
Wait,
Oh, mine is 10, I think.
Wait, your Grand Seiko's 11 mils?
No, mine's 10. My Grand Seiko's 10. He said he looked his date just up and it's 11.
11?
Yeah.
Wow, I thought it was like 11.7. It's even thinner than I thought. Wow. That's
Hard for me to tell. Mine's 10. I don't know.
well, the bottom line is it could be worn very easily
That
as
might have been a different model number. Let me get the exact.
It's not quite as trim as mine. But
it
it's
could
close.
definitely be worn as a dress watch. No doubt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, because it's more trim for sure than the day date. The day date's over 12. I think the day date's 12.2 or something.
Let me see what I'm typing in the actual. It's 11.5. This exact model. 11.5.
Yeah, so that's
it, right?
yeah, so that's very, very, very trim, very all around size, no doubt. I mean, it's and it's pressure proof. It's got a screw down crown. I mean, you could use that for anything.
Yeah, and it's cooler. I like it actually without the date on it.
Oh my gosh, yes, I think it's super cool.
So it's just I think it just looks classy, you know.
And
as
the
is.
Jubilee,
it's really simple,
the Jubilee bracelet will be super comfortable, and it looks stunning. I mean, and it's just different, you know. I mean, it's just you're not going to see it bumping around.
That's why it's cool. It's unique.
Yeah, that's why I bought it though, because I was like, I can get the day date anytime I want.
A lot of people have day dates.
Yeah, I could get that, but this one, like, you know, it's got a little different thing going on here. So it's just, you know, you don't have the day of the week, and that's awesome.
The best option though would have been that watch I sent you the picture of the other day, which was the no date president.
Oh yeah, as if that even exists, right?
Well, all right, I photoshopped that.
Yeah. So
But
let's.
that should exist.
Yeah.
They should make that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so Chi-Town says that Datejust has the 3135 movement. Rolex switched to the 3235 in the Datejust in either 2018 or 2019. Okay.
Oh, so that's what's in yours. Yeah.
So you've got the 3135,
whatever.
which is fine. I mean that's a
It is what it
robust.
is,
It's
you
a
know?
robust movement.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh,
Good to know.
and actually, here's somebody that says the newer one isn't as good. The next comment is the 3235 isn't as good, in my opinion. The rotor is very noisy due to the ceramic bearings. Okay, so yours might even be better. And he says it sounds cheap. Hate to say it. Okay, there you go. So you got the good one.
Awesome.
Let's see. Love it, but would prefer a low-profile white gold. Yeah, white gold. Forget that. What are you, nuts?
Who said that?
Ernie said that. He needs therapy. We need to talk to
Yeah,
Ernie.
that's just crazy. I mean,
Oh man, that's like
All right.
almost wrench worthy.
yeah, I mean, just
Let's get.
gold.
I'll tell you what. Let's get an independent.
It's steel.
Let's get an independent opinion. Leslie,
Yes.
are we say we love the yellow gold,
Uh-huh.
the yellow gold, not white gold, yellow gold, like that one right there. Are we crazy?
Yellow.
Like white gold sucks.
Are we crazy or are we right? No, don't influence her. Don't influence. We like the yellow gold, like that one right there, that Datejust. Which would
Yeah.
you prefer, that or white gold that kind of looks like stainless steel? Which would you prefer?
The gold.
Well, there you go, folks.
Yeah,
An
for
independent.
sure.
There
We
we go.
saw the white gold today at the Rolex store.
And what did you think?
It was definitely nice.
It was the day.
There's no doubt it's nice,
But it was more expensive.
but it's more expensive than a yellow gold day date.
Yeah, because they got to deal with making it white.
And the yellow gold looks so cool. I mean,
Yeah,
are you
it's
kidding me?
Good.
Part of the gold, the coolness of gold is the color.
I mean, for thousands of years, it's been that color.
They showed us some of the Cellini line too, but they're all rose gold.
Oh
Unfortunately.
yeah,
Like
no,
rose gold,
no,
yeah,
no, no.
Yeah, there was one really nice looking one though that Bret actually tried on, but it was rose gold. I don't know why they would do that on
Yeah, it's just like
a watch that's like supposed to be a man's watch.
Leon,
What's that?
Leon says, don't be afraid to wear that gold Rolex stunner. I got my Rolex sub at age 18 and scratched the bezel 2 weeks later. Decades later, the scratch is still on the watch. It does not bother me. Says Leon.
The same thing happened
That's
with this
great.
one. I scratched this one right when I left.
Yeah, I got scratches.
And-
It's still there, but I don't even care.
There's-
You
And
get used to it.
Next.
Tim says, most gold I've had in my hand was a $1.5 million gold bar, and it weighed too much, 25 kilograms. Unfortunately, had to hand it back to the owner.
Ooh, I don't know if I would have. I don't know if I would have done that.
Maybe you should hit.
Get my hands on
Maybe
that,
he.
I'm not giving it up.
Maybe he should have hit the owner over the head with it.
Wow.
See
All right.
you later, alligator.
Yeah, yeah, that's the time to be in motion. Ernie says, used to see a friend's dad with a platinum date 8. Loved that. Most thought it was stainless steel, but I knew the truth. There you go.
That's kind of the cool part.
Yeah. And there's another comment from Zeus. It says, nothing like feeling the weight of gold in your hand. But also, here's the thing. Gold is easier on your skin, too. It feels better on the skin than steel. There's something about it. It's just more, it doesn't react negatively on your skin. And that's why, a lot of high-quality gold jewelry was made out of 18-karat gold, for those reasons, right? And you could tell low-quality stuff because your skin would turn green, or you could tell it was not the real deal. And so gold is...
Gold, I've noticed just from wearing this one and wearing the gold one, it just feels better.
Absolutely.
Probably just because I like it more, but yeah, it feels just better.
It's going to feel better on your skin. It just will.
Yeah.
And
I almost sold the one I have here, but then I was asking myself, I was like, why would I sell this thing? I like it too much. I've worn it. I've only had it for a year. I paid full retail price.
We've got a smart ass comment from Mike Pike. He says, congrats on the ladies' date just. Sounds like he's a little jealous. Okay, well,
haters gonna hate always.
All right, let's get an independent.
We love him too.
All right, let's get an independent call on that one. Let's put it on your wrist, Bret. Put it on your wrist.
Yeah. Well, his current watch is a 36 mil. Too,
Yeah,
so
but
it's the same thing.
let's use the watch in question. Put it on your wrist.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and let's get an independent opinion on this. Leslie, how does it look?
Yes.
How does it look? Does it look like it's too small?
Why would you want bigger
No.
than that?
It looks perfect size. It just looks. It's the same size.
Yeah.
As this,
Why
right?
would
Yeah.
you want bigger?
Yeah, well,
But
but
would
you're
anybody be
but
thinking?
you're biased. That's why I'm asking her. What do you?
Oh,
She's
well,
right
yeah,
there.
I'm just
She's
saying,
right
I mean,
there, and
geez.
she's looking at it. What do you think?
Yeah.
No, it looks good. Bret has like a tiny wrist, so
Yeah, my
it
wrist is
looks
small,
pretty
so-
good.
Well, but here's the thing. Would you make it any bigger? Let's say you could do whatever you wanted, Leslie.
Yeah.
Would you say, okay, it needs to be 2 millimeters bigger, or would you leave it exactly the way it is?
I'd leave it exactly the way it is.
There you go, folks.
Yeah.
That's right. Right there.
Another
You
thing
heard
too
it.
that we have to add is Sean, the manager over at the AD, wears a 34 mil modern Oyster Perpetual, and it looks really good on his wrist.
Yeah, this
So
this
the whole
huge
thing of,
watch,
like,
this
this-
huge watch craze is absolute
It's
lunacy.
ridiculous.
It's-
Like, do these guys have big women?
It's
Because if you have big women, then they need big watches.
yeah,
But
it's
I don't
just
like big women. I like
it's
small,
not-
petite women.
there you
so
go.
they like 26 millimeter small, petite watches.
Well,
Leslie
well-
tried on an Oyster Perpetual today and
Mhm.
has zeroed in on that, the 26 mil. It looks perfect on her wrist. If she
Yeah.
were to wear a 34 millimeter watch, it would just be enormous.
Yeah,
on her.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the other thing. It depends on the size of your wrist. I mean,
And the size of your woman.
and
I guess.
also,
Yeah.
well,
So if you just got a big
also,
woman, big watch.
also the lug
What are these
design,
people thinking?
the lug design, the case design, everything plays into it. It's the whole package, and
Yeah.
the proof is in the pudding when you put it on your wrist how it looks. Like, for example, I think the 002 looks fine on my wrist. I think it looks just right. I wouldn't
You have a
really.
bigger wrist than Bret.
Yeah, I would not want it any bigger. If it was 40 millimeter instead of 38 and a half, it'd be a no-fly zone. I wouldn't have bought it. It's
Yeah.
right at that, at the max that I would wear for my wrist. Now, if my wrist was 6 3/4 inches or something, it would probably be too big.
Bret's
But
wrist is 6 3/4.
yeah, everybody's going to be different. I mean, that's perfect
Yeah.
for him. I mean, it
Yes.
would be perfect for me because I wore 36 mil date 8 for years and it was fine. That would be fine for me too. And these people, these big watch craze people, are just I don't know what planet
Well, if
they're
you're going to
from.
wear a dive watch, it makes sense. But if you're trying to, wear something like an all-arounder or a dress watch, I would go with a smaller size.
And Jees came in and slammed Mike. He said, "Uncalled for. Datejust 36 is a classic." And we just dealt with all that.
Yeah.
Okay, Leon says, "I thought I was hot, you know what, because I just bought a Seiko spring drive tuna. That Datejust beats my watch purchase, my watch buy of the week." So
Hey, that's a cool watch,
sorry
though.
about that. We're sorry we eclipsed you, Leon. But you should call in and show us yours. Absolutely, we love.
I'd like to see that. That's cool.
And Carlos says date 840. I'm pretty sure is 12 mils thick. Okay. And Durr says I only like my woman thin. Other than that, who cares? Durr, you just got to start wearing your date 8. Is what you got to do. That's
Wait, what did he like his woman?
I only like my women thin. Other than that, who cares? So in other words, he doesn't care about the watches.
Yeah.
But
Durr,
you've got to start carrying. You got to get rid of all that junk, those junk watches, and just wear the date 8. That's what I said.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the staple, the collection. That's all you need.
Let's see. And it's easy to tell the dude isn't an obese 250-pound. 36 millimeter is nice size for him. There you go. Triforce Rich, if we got 2 MLB pitchers to throw that Datejust and a deep C at each other, what would be the results, Craig? Well, I don't think they're going to get near this Datejust because
None of that.
that's a rare puppy in that one. Whereas the deep sea, they're a dime a dozen. That's no big deal there. We'll let them throw that.
What did I see today? What was the one I saw today? The Yachtmaster. I kind of like the Yachtmaster, Craig. I saw one with a platinum face on it at the Rolex store. It was nice.
The straight up Yachtmaster, not the Yachtmaster 2.
Was it? It was just Yachtmaster.
Good. They're nice.
Platinum. It was 37 mil with the platinum face and just all steel, but it was just a beautiful looking watch.
Yeah, that's a nice piece. That's nice and trim as well, nice and thin.
So they wanted like 12 grand for that down there. I think the next one I may get is that.
You don't need a next one.
I'm obsessed with these now. Just keep on buying.
You're done. No, you're done. Just start buying some Bitcoin.
Yeah, I'll keep with the Bitcoins. I've got enough Bitcoins, but you always can get more Bitcoins.
You can't have too many Bitcoin. That's what I say.
No, you're right about that.
Maybe though he could get a Grand Seiko diver.
Yeah, that's what I could do. Get a Grand Seiko like yours, the titanium one you have. That's the one I really want.
Have you tried one on?
I haven't. We're gonna go to the store.
No, we're gonna go down. We're gonna go down to that AD pretty
yeah,
soon.
The 231 is an amazing sport watch. I mean, it's just
that you have the titanium one.
Yeah.
Look for that.
Yeah, that's the 231. Yeah, that's an amazing sport watch. Absolutely.
Yeah, I found it for like $5,600 on a site, and that was a good price, I thought.
Well, you might even be able to get it for. Are you talking brand new?
That was brand new.
Okay, yeah, that's about right for brand new. Yeah, that's about right. Cheetown says 3135 is a rock-solid movement, possibly the best automatic movement ever made. There you go. And Triforce Rich says Leslie likes rose gold. Which do you prefer, Leslie, rose gold or yellow gold?
Well, Leslie does like rose gold because she had, but that's for ladies.
Well, I just like rose gold, the color.
Yeah.
That's just because I'm a girl, but
Okay.
I like the gold watch. Yeah.
She wouldn't want her man wearing a rose gold watch.
But you like but you like both, right? I mean, you would wear yellow gold, correct?
She has both.
Leslie?
Yeah, I wear yellow gold. Yeah.
Okay. See, the problem with going with rose gold is then it doesn't match your yellow gold items.
Yeah.
Gold. Just go with the
No,
regular
yeah,
gold.
I can't do that.
If you do real gold, if you do real yellow gold, then it's always going to match.
Right.
So there's that. Okay, so Ernie's in the house. Yellow gold is the most beautiful, of course. Was just talking for security. Okay. Super cool. Okay, Durr says, I like all gold, but if I'm buying or wearing gold, I want people to know it's gold, so it's got to be yellow. Well, yeah, duh. Mike is in the house again. He said, what in the world is going on here? At Carlos, can you make some sense of this nonsense? I don't think it's that complicated. Let's see. Maybe Carlos can help. Mike, I stopped trying to understand it 20 years ago. What are they talking about? Durr says, the most gold I've ever had in my hands were my high school senior pictures. Talk about golden good looks. There you go. Yeah, well, he was really knocking.
Send him over.
He was really knocking the ladies dead. He was knocking them dead back in the day. Okay.
Better shoot those photos to Craig so we can get that. So we can prove it.
There you go.
Verify that.
Yeah. If no photo, it didn't happen. I don't know if you know, but Indians only use 22 to 24 karat gold in jewelry. 18 karat is considered low quality. Yeah, I've heard that. But 18 karat, I think, is a good compromise. It's nice and tough, and it looks good. It's got nice color to it. I think 18 karat is a good move. Carlos is in the house. He says at Bret, size seems perfect. Let's see. And Durr says they were also bathing in cow crap in India because they thought it would prevent them from getting the coronavirus. Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
Did it work?
No, I heard it didn't. And Cheetown says, Bret, what size is your wrist?
I mean, what size? What was the size of the
Six
watch?
and 3/4.
Yeah,
6 and 3/4. Okay.
Yeah, 6 and 3/4.
And Air Toad says not too small at all. So in other words, he likes the size on your wrist. And Kevin says 16K is a great price. Bret, is it keeping good time? Says Tim.
As far as I can tell, for now, it is.
Okay.
We will see in due time. I'll do a time check on them. I'll reset it all. And yeah.
And Eduardo says, I don't think there's a better watch for the Miami lifestyle. It's a match made in heaven. There you go. Are you headed to Miami?
No Miami for me.
Okay.
I mean,
We're going to Texas.
Yeah, go to Texas, Corpus Christi for a bit, and then maybe Costa Rica because I got my Land Cruiser there. I got to take care of that.
I got you.
Yeah.
And
I'll wear the gold Rolex to Costa Rica. I have to.
there you go. Just make sure it's insured. You're good.
Yeah, 100% insured.
And I would go ahead and see if your AD would write an appraisal for you.
Yeah, if they have something they can do for me, I will do it because I mean that makes sense.
I'm sure they would do it. I'm sure if you've got a relationship with them, I'm sure they would do it. And I'd have them go ahead and do for all the Rolexes you guys have.
Yeah, they should do it for the other one. Yeah, I mean, I bought that one at Erie, so
just insure them all. That's what I would do.
It's worth it. I don't know what it costs. You know,
it's not that expensive. You'll have to get some rates. Talk to your insurance guy, but there are different ways to do it, but it's not too bad. I don't have insurance on mine just because I don't go in any dicey areas, and if I do, I have security with me. But I probably should anyway, but I don't.
Yeah, it's just worth it. Just if something goes wrong, like my Land Cruiser, I left it with the guy down there, and he told me, he said, you don't need insurance. I got insurance. I spent $500. He flips the car last month or the month before. $10,000 in damage. They paid for the whole thing. So I mean, just little things like that. And that was in Costa Rica.
Yeah, absolutely.
You should always dot your I's and cross your T's. Just makes sense.
There you go. Dr. Jamie Pleasant, PhD, says size doesn't matter! Explanation point.
You want big women? You want big women.
There you go.
Each their own.
and Durr, here, Jiz says at Durr, very different demographics down there. The poor are very poor. I guess he's talking about India. The rich are very rich. Well, that's starting to become the case in the U.S.
Yeah, we got communism here. Communism starting here now.
It's
so.
Well, here's the bottom line. Everything that the radicals are doing now, everything they're doing is harming the poor people and making the rich people richer. Everything they're doing is having the opposite result of what they really want or what they claim they want, right? It's having the opposite.
It's always the opposite.
Yeah.
Everything that they say, it's always the opposite.
Yeah. And they're harming the people that they claim to be helping.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, it's just divide and conquer at this point. I mean, all this stuff is paid for and stuff like that, and just it seems a lot of this stuff just seems fake to me. It's just a bunch of psychological operations. That's all it is.
yeah.
So.
Now here's Leon in the house. He says small watches are cool. The only large watch that looks good is the Seiko Tuna, and Seiko has been making the Tuna that large since 1975, way before the large watch craze.
What is that?
Yeah,
There you go. Let's see here. And Williams Watches is in the house. He's saying hey. And David says, Cheetown, not necessarily true. 42 to 43 millimeter fits okay for me on my 6.25 inch wrench. It depends on the case design. Like my 231, the way the lugs are designed and everything, it's more forgiving on all that. You know, it'll go on a smaller wrist. It just depends on the overall design, really. The lug, Mike is saying, is important. Exactly, that type of thing. And not only the lug, but the shape of the lugs and how they see that watch. Both of those watches that are on the screen right now, that oyster case is designed to hug the wrist. It's a wonderful design, and all watches should be designed that way. Then they came out with the stupid super case that is not designed that way. And it's just a total fail. So there you go. And Cheetown says Rolex watches are so popular because of how well proportioned their sizes are. There you go. Those two dates just remind me of a well-spec'd E300 next to an E63 SAMG. There you go.
That's close.
And David says, agree, RE Rolex proportions. That is the exact gold watch Datejust DJ Kanad bought for his 3-year-old boy. Okay. DJ KHALID, whoever that is. I think I could rock a 34 mil Rolex, says Leon. Triforce Rich, the modern sub is not well proportioned. The SD33 is well proportioned. No, it is 43 mil, but it's even fits my 6.5 inch wrist. Yeah, and like if you look at the pre-ceramic subs, the case shape is so much nicer on them. And Zombie, it says gold money clips are for winners. Okay, so you're going to have to get a gold money clip now to go with that Datejust.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
That's not going to be easy to find, by the way. I had to end up having.
It's breaking anyway. It's time to get a.
I had to end up having mine made. They're not easy to find. Most of them that you do find are real lightweight, not very thick. They don't hold up very well. I had mine made out of a little over an ounce of gold.
Wow.
And it really, have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
All right, I'll get it.
Wow.
I'll get it. I'll show it to you.
Yeah, let's see that thing.
Yeah,
Definitely
stand by a second. Let me switch to the stunners while I get it.
Or have an ounce of gold and just throw it as the money clip. Carry your wealth. Wear your wealth.
You want to charge your phone?
Yeah. You need to? Probably.
I need to go run to the car and get the charger.
Oh, no. It's all right. No, it's fine.
Okay.
Time.
My headset back on here. Okay. All right. So, so here it is. You see it?
Let me see it. Oh, yeah.
Okay, and see, can you see how thick it is?
Oh, that's looking nice. Wow.
See, and it always holds this shape because it's so thick. The gold is so thick that it doesn't get stretched.
They just melted it down and put it right into a clip.
They formed it and made it. What I did was I brought them scrap gold that I had, and they melted it. It's about 1.1 ounces or something. I have a video on my channel about it. If you just search money clip.
Oh, I need to watch that. Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, it's about 14 karat is what it ended up being.
Nice.
And
That's nice.
it's very strong, and it matches nicely with the watch. See?
Oh, that's beautiful. Look
So
at that thing.
even
That
though
thing's
it's
shining.
even though
Look
it's
at that watch.
14 karat, it still matches nicely.
Yeah, that's better than carrying a wallet, I think.
And
You
it's
can put your
just
credit cards in
what
there.
I do is I carry a
That one's
the
right
wallet
up
I have is it's alligator, and it's designed to carry credit cards.
Uh-huh.
So it's got some business cards in it and some credit cards and like my insurance card and stuff like that, my registration. So that way that can be nice and compact. This can be in my front pocket. The wallet can be in my back pocket, right? And that way, if they steal my wallet, they don't get my money.
Yeah, that's really
So-
smart. I've never really thought about that. I should be doing that in other countries too.
Yeah, I like having a money clip because you just pull out your money and you pay for something. You don't have to pull out your wallet, right? And risk somebody grabbing that and you just lose everything. So
Yeah, that's really smart. I never really thought about it.
but I'll tell you,
Definitely.
it's not easy to find a money clip that's got some heft to it. And the other thing about it having that heft is it keeps it down in your pocket also.
Yeah, I'll just take an ounce of gold and just do the same thing you did. Try to find someone that can weld it right into a money clip.
Yeah, and then it'll be great. Yeah.
And then you can wear that around. At least you have an ounce of gold on you too. That's smart.
That's right. If you need to go somewhere
and do a bind.
Yeah, absolutely. You go anywhere that buys gold, they'll weigh it and verify it, and they'll
Yep, that's universal currency right there, like
Yeah.
Bitcoin. That's perfect.
That's right. Okay, so let's see. Were you also considering a yellow gold date 8, Bret? From Lance. This
Yeah,
question's
I
from
was.
Lance.
I was going to spend up to like 25,000, but I wanted one with the green face. I found one for 25 grand online with the green face. I really wanted. I like the green face. I don't know why. It just,
It's a stunning piece.
Yeah, I just like that look with that green. It's like a dark green, and eventually I'll get that too. I think when if Bitcoin ends up doing something, goes to 100 grand, I would buy one of those. Yeah, definitely.
Why not? What the heck?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, at that point it'll be probably a few more years. Why not?
Yeah, at that point, might as well.
So here's Eduardo says, according to someone in the forums, the all gold Datejust was special order only, and there were only 10 to 15% price difference with the date 8.
Wow. Yeah, because he said it was like the list on it was 29,000 something.
Yeah. And so Triforce Rich says, Bret. Triforce Rich says, Bret, would you take Lance on a 5-year indentured servitude internship contract in exchange for your Datejust?
I don't want any slaves or anything like that.
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, you might want to rethink that. 5 years, you can get a lot of work out of him.
40 hours a week.
Yeah,
40 hours a week.
Yeah, if he wanted to commit to something like that, we could make a contract.
Yeah, there you go.
Definitely.
And in the contract, and in the
to be a slave, yeah, that's okay.
yeah, and in
Like
the
Bret doesn't want to do the deal. I'll go buy a Datejust and make that deal with him if he wants to.
That's right, and
work
then
for me for 5 years for free.
that's right,
that's a lot of work.
and then in the contract will be, if he doesn't survive to the end of the contract period, he doesn't get anything.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yep, that's
Take
right.
care of it right at the end.
That's how that usually works. It doesn't sound like a good deal for Lance, though. It seems they are sold out on all 300T versions. What do you think? What's 300T? Oh, man, that looks nice. That watch is nice.
I couldn't sleep all night because I was like, oh, it's going to come.
And I like the ring with it, too. I like the ring.
Yeah.
You know what?
I've had the ring forever. My buddy,
You know what?
his girlfriend's dad was a jeweler out of New York, so I had a custom
You know what? You might need a faux pay bracelet to go on the other wrist.
Yeah, my dad gave me the gold necklace a while ago. He's been wearing. His grandpa wore that, and then he wore it, and then he gave it to
Have
me.
you seen the faux pay bracelet that Steve wears?
No, I haven't seen
I've
that.
seen those.
Oh, it is
Look that
so
up.
freaking cool. It
What's it
stretches. It stretches, and to put it over your wrist, and then it compacts back down. It's super cool. And
What's the brand on it?
it's called Faux Pay, FOPE.
I think aren't they sold at little treasury jewelers?
He's a dealer, yeah.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
other.
I'm looking at them right now.
Look at his website.
Yeah,
then or something.
and they come in different thicknesses and different.
Those are nice. Yeah, those are
They're expensive.
You should see the one that he wears. Yeah, you should see the one that he wears. It's awesome. He wears it all the time in his shows.
Oh, that thing's now.
Ask him about it next time. Next time he does a show, ask him about it.
Yeah, I want to see that. We gotta have him. He's gotta show that. I want to see it in person.
Just wanted to let you know too, Craig. My phone is about to die, so we're probably gonna have to sign out.
Okay. Let me just.
We don't have a charger here because we
haven't
been living here.
Let me blow through these comments real quick and see if there's anything you need to address before you die.
Sure.
Let's see. Let's see.
Got the brick, no cable.
Yeah, the brick. Well, there's a cable that we have to go run down.
Durr says if Lance wants to come over, okay. Durr's offering that Lance can come over and work for him. Okay, David
Everyone
says.
wants that.
Yeah,
Now.
that makes
Hey,
sense.
do not. And Triforce Rich says, do not talk to my client Lance directly. If you want to negotiate a contract, you have to deal through him. There you go. All right. Hey, well, thank you very much, you all, for calling in.
Thank you guys for letting me show my watch on here.
Oh my gosh, it's a stunner.
Yeah, I'm excited to show you guys, and I wouldn't have had this wouldn't have been possible without the channel. So if Eduardo hadn't found it, hey.
Well, it's a stunner. It's an absolute stunner, and wear it in good health. And do give us an update. Do give us an update. Yeah, do give us an update in a couple days. Let us know how it's working out.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Thank
you. Thank you.
We'll probably be working for Lance though in 5 years.
That's probably right.
The tech company will all work there.
All right,
That's
guys.
probably right.
Bye-bye.
Carry on. Wow. That is amazing stuff, folks. Live on the channel. Live on the channel. This is how you get that kind of content. What can I say? Live on the channel. Wow. A 36 mil solid gold Datejust, 6-digit Datejust on the channel. That is unbelievable. I don't know how we can top that, folks. Let us know in the chat how we can top that. No matter where Bret goes, no one will have the same watch. Bret could even say he works for Rolex. LOL, Eduardo in the house. David, I assume Durr is referring to the aquamarine turquoise color. Yes, that's the same. Okay, let's look at a close-up of the 002, though. The 002 is getting jealous. All this attention on the Rolex stunner in the 002 is just languishing now without attention. And let's see. Eduardo says, also, there's no real info besides the fact that it was discontinued in 2018. The only other bits of info are sale ads, sold ads, and people asking about if it exists. Eduardo in the house. I hear you. I think Caribbean is navy blue, like the one that Blue Shirt purchased. Send a photo. Oh yeah, let's go to the photos. Let's go to the email here, because we're going to have to wrap this puppy up. We're getting to the end. We've been live for an hour, folks. How's that? We've been live for an hour with a special guest from California, live on the channel with an amazing Rolex, a rare solid gold Rolex. All these people that are like hoarding a bunch of steel Rolexes. What were they thinking? What were they thinking? They allowed this man to grab this stunner. They allowed him to grab the stunner while they were fooling around hoarding a bunch of steel Rolexes. There you go. There's that stunner. Seiko, Grand Seiko, 2129. It's got, that's pretty cool. It's got shoulders on the lug, on the crown. And I wonder what size it is. Nice, very nice case shape. Looks kind of heavy duty. Looks kind of neat. Why is that circled? Let's see what the size is on this thing. In case what they don't put, 38 millimeters. Wow, that's interesting. 38 mils. It's a very nice size. That's interesting, Lance. You found an interesting one. I think it's kind of cool. I like the 12 and the 6 on there. I think it's kind of cool. I have to tell you. For that price point, especially, I think it's kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Let's see here. Carlos, I've heard rumors that Saurian's ring was made from the 002. Is it one watch to rule them all? Try, you may be on to something, I guess, there are two, or 002/Doxa combo. I want a solid gold Doxa. I hope, that this motivates you to start wearing your Date 8 and park those other non-stunners. Triforce Rich is in the house. I've actually been tempted by a Doxa. I really like the Poseidon one I saw the other day. I heard about that. Okay. Bret's Datejust may increase in price like those Stella dial Date 8s. Not everyone knows about the solid gold Datejust. Eduardo's in the house. Yeah, but I mean, I don't think he's concerned with that. I think he's going to wear and enjoy it, and he'll do all right. He's not going to. If he decided to sell it at some point, I don't think he's going to lose his shirt. But I wouldn't count on making money on it. I sure wouldn't count on that, because remember, he paid a premium because it was new old stock. It's not going to be new old stock anymore when he starts wearing it. But it's okay. I mean, I agree with paying that premium because you know exactly what you're getting and so on. But as soon as you wear it, it becomes a used item, and it's going to be, I think, worth less. But that's good. That's a good trade-off. I paid a premium when I bought my last motor coach, because it was in such nice shape, and the guy had gone through the whole thing, and I paid a premium, but it was worth it to me because I got many, many years of great service out of it because it was in such exceptional condition. So it was worth it to me to pay that premium, because then I knew that I was getting something really special. So that's okay. They also make that GS in a white dial. Craig, sell the 231 and the 005 and buy a Doxa. You have the perfect dress watch. Don't settle on the 231 with that inferior clasp. The Doxa has a better clasp. Well, there you go. Maybe I'll sell the 231. What do you think about that, folks? Let me know. Let me know if somebody wants to buy the 231. Maybe I'll sell it. I don't need both of those watches. I really don't. I don't need both of those watches. I mean, I need both of those watches like I need a hole in the head. So one of them can go. Tell you what, I'll sell either one of those. Whichever one somebody wants, I'll give them a decent deal, and they can buy one of those two watches. What do you think about that? I'd sell one of those two. Lance is in the house. I challenge you to find a better piece. The race is on. Okay, we're going to wrap this puppy up, folks. We're going to wrap it up. Wrap it up. It was a great show, a really, really great show, and we will do it again. Oh, be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you'll get notifications.